I'm the digital library administrator here at the State Library, and have a pretty deep background in GIS, but I'm not a surveyor. I have worked with GPS pretty much throughout my career and even taught some GPS classes in the early days. But I just want to mention that, we really are excited, as Jenny said, to have a geodesist here to operate the state network. And we also lean heavily on MDT and their surveying resources, as well as a couple of partners, in particular, Wally Gladstone and Dan Staley, who have really done an enormous amount to make the Montana State Reference Network a reality. So just want to acknowledge that and make sure you understand that all of you as land surveyors know that we do value the feedback and input from the surveying community. Want to talk about a few of the resources. As Jenny said, we want to not go through and teach you every aspect of the network, but we want you to be aware of the resources where you can go in and learn more. There's so much here. Want you to be able to focus on the things that are of most value or most importance to you. So the first thing I'll mention is you may find it a little confusing, but there are two websites associated with the Montana State Reference Network. One is our state library page, msl.mt.gov/MTSRN, and that's a little more focused on promoting the MTSRN and getting users registered. And then the mtsrn.org site is much more technical, has technical resources for you when you're planning to do field work or when you're actually out in the field. You can find some good information there. And also want to encourage you to subscribe to our email updates to get the latest information. I don't know if I can turn the page here. Jenny, can you advance the slide?
I can.
Thank you. This is that Montana State Library page, msl.mt.gov/MTSRN. And what I really just want to focus on this page, on the right-hand side, about midway down, we have the standards and technical details for the network and the FAQs. Apologies, I made the screenshot a day or two ago. We have also since added a copy of a link to the printable network map, which I'll talk about in a minute. So those are a few key items, and then also notice that at the bottom of the page where it says email updates, you can sign up to get email updates through GovDelivery. So as we push network information out, you'll get that. And next slide. Starting up in the upper left-hand corner, this is the web interface that a user has to the Pivot software. Pivot is what the network is being run on. Certainly characterize this page as much more technical. As I said, I don't have time to dig into all the resources, although once we get through the prepared material and go through the Q&A session, if we've got a little bit of time left, we may try pulling up this page and clicking through a few things so you can see this, how it actually works. But I just wanted to emphasize the tools that are available on this site, including as you move a little bit towards the middle, top middle, you can see position scatter plots for all the stations, right? You're looking at just one here, but you can switch that and take a look at station, obviously not station movement, but error over time. There's an online post-processing service up in the upper right-hand corner. We're not going to get into the details of post-processing here. We're really focused on real-time use in this webinar, but do know that that is an option as well. Then there is space weather, ionospheric data, also available to you. So if you're planning a critical mission and you hear that there's going to be some bad solar flares, for example, this is a place where you can come and kind of monitor that activity when you're in your planning phases. And then finally, even if you're not logged into the site, you can come to this page, and the very first link is for the sensor map, and you'll get that sensor map that you see in the lower right-hand corner. Right off, you can see if there are any issues with any of the stations across the network. So you can see a couple of reds over there in the lower right-hand corner. But you can also click on any station here. It's going to give you access to the station. I believe it's the data log. Kazi might have to correct me on the term there, but you can get access to that information through this sensor map. You can also get the lat longs for each individual station under the info link on that sensor map when you click on any individual station. Of course, when you log in, you'll get more access to more of the features on this site. And then there are also going to be options for you to customize your experience on this page. Next link. Something I really wanted to emphasize on this page, you can see if you click to log into this site, you'll get a dialog box that asks for an organization and then your username and password. This information will all be supplied. You can see an example to the right of the emails that Kazi sends out when you join the network. The really important thing I want to tell you is you would only fill the organization box out if you've been provided with organization info. So that's not your business, or that's not what you would put in there. If there's something you can see on the right under the login and password, in this case, Kazi's provided that the organization is trial. So if there's an organization provided there, input that. If there's not an organization, just leave that section blank and put in your username and password. Next slide, please.
Happy?
All right. The last link from the pivot, from the web interface to mtsrn.org site, and also newly added to the MSL site, is the printable network map. This is an extremely important tool for you when you're out in the field, and also when you're planning. So I encourage you to download this, print a few copies of it, put it in your gear bag, have one in your truck. This will change regularly. We're going to get this set up so that whenever we post a new one, we'll send out an alert via GovDelivery to all of you so that you know a new map is available. And I just want to go over the basics of this map really quickly. You'll notice that the state is divided into really 6 subnets. One of those subnets we don't have enough station density to have the network up and going. So you'll see there is no label in Southeast Montana, but you can see NWMT, NCMT, NEMT, the Northwest, North Central, Northeast Montana, Southwest Montana, and South Central Montana are the subnets. The second thing you'll notice is the yellow hue, that's filling in those reddish circles, or I'll call them circles, those reddish areas on the map. That represents areas where there's a virtual reference station solution. That you should be able to access that as one of the options using the Montana State Reference Network. And those roughly align with those subnet blocks that you can see on the map. Generally, depending on where you are, you'd be choosing one of those subnets. In a few places, we have sufficient overlap that you could choose between a couple of different subnets. Southwest Montana, or in the Bozeman area, for example, you would have access to the Southwest Montana or the South Central Montana. So you can try either and see which is giving you a better solution at any given time. The next thing I want to focus on here is the stations themselves. And I guess I should mention back, the subnet names are going to be important in the later discussion of mount points, as will be the station names. And so those 4-digit codes for the subnets and then for individual stations. So you can see for each individual station, there's a 4-digit station name. This map shows both existing and planned stations that we hope to get online, but before the end of 2025. That is another place where we lean heavily. We are working with partners to add stations throughout the state, but the bulk of these red stations you're seeing are the efforts of the Montana Department of Transportation to grow and expand the network. So we rely heavily on them for that, and they're doing a great job. So those in red are coming. The other colors represent existing stations. The different colors you'll see there indicate which constellations, which satellite constellations the stations are configured to provide access to. And I'll readily admit that I don't understand all of the details of what the different constellations offer, but my understanding is providing the full set of constellations, that's GPS, GLONASS, Galileo, and BeiDou, and QZS, is going to provide the most robust, the best solutions for the network. And our goal is long-term to have all the stations providing the full set of constellations. And we've done great work in recent months of really moving several stations towards that. And you're going to find better and better solutions as we're able to continue to do that. And then the only other thing I'll mention is you'll notice that some of the stations have orange circles on them, indicating that those are not just core stations, but NGS core stations. And so any of those, if you were to click on them back on the sensor map, you'll get the full NGS site log for any of those stations.